Let's get her going in 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we are beginning our autonomous mode, our first match of the semifinals. We've got these teams going out here, scoring in the correct slots. They are moving. They are scoring as fast as they can. It is not enough anymore to just do a regular autonomous. This is about getting as many blocks scored as possible. 71-72 technical difficulties up here, scoring not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 different cubes in the top of their autonomous. However, there's like many got caught on a PVC wall as their alliance partner moves around to score blocks as well. Blue Alliance, meanwhile, has knocked their duck up there and they've parked successfully. And here we are beginning our driver-controlled period in our first match of the semifinals. 61-65 showing off their very high-tech suspension system as they start to play defense against 1-2-3-8-5. And 1-4-4-8-1 is over here in the Blue Alliance on their other side, scoring effectively. This is going to be a game with a lot of defensive play. You can already tell they're coming out strong. But the problem with 6165 is they do not just have to handle one strong robot, they have to handle 2 strong robots. And you can see technical difficulties as well playing defense. This is the sort of gameplay that we'd expect right out of these sorts of semifinal matches. Whoa! We've got a ball flying across the field here. Not landing in a goal, which is good because if that ball had landed in a goal, it would have been a major penalty. But we've got 1-2-8-3-5 moving basically unimpeded. 6165 is having a hard time blocking both technical difficulties and pixelated, whereas technical difficulties is trying to also score, but also block Don't Blink, where Don't Blink is effectively scoring on the top of their blue. And we've got a red alliance lead right now, 2-2-5 to 1-5-0 with 50 seconds left in the match. Blue Alliance currently has a lot to catch up on. Maybe that defensive play has not been paying off for them. You can see that 6165 is shifting to scoring now that they've seen that maybe they're a little bit farther behind, which is, however, allowing technical difficulties to move right into that shared goal as fast as they possibly want to. 1-2-8-3-5 as well, getting ready for their beacon because we're going to start nearing up into the end game. Now we are entering our end game, and we've got one cap almost ready to go. One team marker nearly capped. Unfortunately, they do miss. Now we've got the ducks coming off of those rotators as fast as they can. Looks like 6165 is having some sort of issue with their measuring tape. That might be the difference between victory and defeat for them. However, Red Alliance doesn't seem to be getting their beacons either. 1-4-4-8-1 successfully scoring in the top. It looks like Red Alliance is still going to have a lead coming out of this match, but again, with 3, 2, 1, 0. That is the end of our first semifinal match, everyone. An incredible performance from both teams. You can see why they are in these playoff matches.
Hey, thanks a lot, Tom. Semifinal match 1, fantastically played. We're going to get final scores come up in just a little bit here. Playing in this match, by the way, let's go through Red Alliance 1-2-8-3-5, 7-1-7-2. Blue Alliance 6-1-6-5, 1-4-4-8-1. Now, Abbas, before we started these after line selection, you predicted we'd see some defense in this first match that happened. Break us down a little bit what happened, then we'll hop in the replay.
Yeah, I mean, right after Autonomous, we saw MSET Cuttlefish. The first thing they decided to was just make their way over to that opposite warehouse and sort of sit there for the whole match, deciding, you know, who they're going to interfere with, whether it be technical difficulties or pixelated. I think they did an excellent job of going between the two. They weren't able to completely deter one or the other, but I think it was super effective. And what that allowed is right in the beginning, Don't Blink, they were able to get a bunch of cycles onto the high level of that alliance hub, even though technical difficulties was playing on the ship.
Let's hop in the replay, talk a little bit more, break us through some of the times that happened that were kind of some key parts of this match.
Yeah, I think we should just start from like the first 5 seconds of teleop. Like there was definitely just so much going on in there. I mean, we see all of this motion going on from MSET Cuttlefish, and I think what's really important is like we can see Don't Blink cycling on the high hub right in the front of the field in the beginning of the match, and then they continue to do that. And during this time, normally technical difficulty in qualification matches, they would have already had that shared hub tipped in their favor, but it looks like they were just having trouble getting started, definitely because of MSET throwing them off, right? Like being there in front of the warehouse they'd normally go to and forcing them to go to the opposite warehouse. Right here is a perfect stopping point. We can see right around 95, 96 seconds. Don't Blink is right there in front of technical difficulties. MSET is on the other side. Neither is pinning them, you know, because they're just going in and out the whole time.
Yeah.
But it's just so effective at stopping technical difficulties. One thing that I thought was interesting with this is this meant pixelated could just do what they've done this whole tournament and just do cycle after cycle on the high hub, which is, I think, one of the reasons why the Red Alliance has such a higher score than the Blue Alliance, but we'll have to see if MSET decides to do anything to counteract this in future matches.
Let's go to endgame. Anything particular happened there?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of saw everyone ease up at endgame. MSET went over, they went to do their ducks, do the typical duck cycle that they're used to doing. I think something that was really interesting, it seems like there was an issue with their tape measure. They weren't able to get their team shipping elements. They weren't able to use their tape measure to score their team shipping elements, which is definitely very unfortunate for them, as I think that would have tipped the match in their favor a lot. Another thing we can see is during this time, because Pixelated is over there in the corner, technical difficulties, they're just doing cycle after cycle, and it's this action by Pixelated that leads them to get the tip and the unbalanced points.
We did see a couple misses on the shared hub there near the end game too, so some differences with that. Looking into this match does look like a Red Alliance victory, but we're going to get the scores coming up here in just a second. Let's head it back to the field to Tom to tell us the scores, and Caleb.
And we're ready to post the scores for semifinal one, match number 1. The Red Alliance wins with a score of 345 to 205. There was one yellow card that was assigned for Blue Alliance for the robot reaching outside of the field perimeter.
This stream is supported by First Updates Now. We'd like to thank the following fun sponsors. First Updates Now is supported by Stryker Careers. If you are a college student or recent graduate looking for an incredible internship, take a look at Stryker. Stryker provides a housing stipend, great pay, and an opportunity to work with state-of-the-art medical technology equipment. Discover why so many First alumni are coming to Stryker for their internship or career at careers.stryker.com. First Updates Now is supported by Kettering University. Did you know that over 30% of the student population at Kettering University was in high school robotics? These same students have received a portion of over $7 million from robotics scholarships from Kettering University. See why so many in First chose to go to Kettering University at kettering.edu.